Hiya guys, it's me again. So, what shall I talk about? This is a great model. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Do you like it? It's... I don't know how to say. Basically, when I made the first chinork, I didn't put any figures on it. Okay, and I'm talking a while back, a couple of years ago. I made a chinork, and I didn't put any models on it, and it looked blank, and it didn't look right, and it went off to the customer and all that lot, and I always regretted not doing something with it, and so because I'm making a Speed Freak army, and I wanted something flying over the top. I was thinking a Dakka jet maybe, but Dakka jets are quite hard to change up because they're already beautiful models. So I wanted to make something that's my own model, and I did. So Defcopter, you can all see that at the front. It hasn't really lost much of its shape. It still looks like a Defcopter. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Defcopters are still pretty good models. I really hope one day Games Workshop rejig them and make them a bit better. But not like they've done the buggies. I think the buggies are lovely. Don't get me wrong. The Speed Freak buggies are lovely, but they're just lacking detail. I don't know. I've got to get my hands on one before I start making a decision about how I feel about them. So I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to talk about this. So yeah. So I haven't changed much of the look of the front of the Defcopter. All I've done is try to blend it in as it sweeps back, and I think I did a pretty good job of that. And I've kept the design of the chinork, similar to Forge World, which I thought I did a pretty good job of it. These are supposed to be like commandos. I've forgotten the name I said I was going to call my whole army. Some people said Red Wag or the Red something. I'm gonna just call mine something like the red dash or the red flash or something. I don't know yet. I don't know a name for my army yet. But anyway, right. So let's take this off of here and let's get zooming in to some of this detail on here. So these are just normal orcs. I've not bought anything from any companies. I kind of try to keep this 100% Games Workshop. Again, because this is going to be my army on parade, and they need to be 100%, almost 100% Games Workshop. So these are like, that's the arm for holding a shooter. All I've done is twisted it round, cut the wrist off, turned the wrist, stuck it back on, and it looks like he's holding onto there. I've not changed much of the legs. Luckily, the legs are in a position where they look like he's just stood there. The berries, all the berries are is green stuff, and I've just sculpted them. They're quite easy to do, if I'm honest. Best thing about green stuff is you do it. You sculpt it, you don't like it, you change it, and so on. So they're just normal boys. They're stuck on. Their legs. Some of the legs I've changed a little bit. I've cut the legs and bent them into shape, and then stuck them back on. I think it was that leg in the background there. Trying to get you to see it. The leg in the background there. I just cut it with my razor saw. And then I turned it, glued it back on, and then sat him down, and he's sat like that, and they look awesome. It actually makes the model look really good. And some of the legs I haven't even changed, like his there. They're not changed. All I've done is stuck his ass on the bench, as you can see the bench there, and I've just lifted him so it looks like his leg is up. I did some green stuff on his boots at the bottom because obviously you can see the boots. So you didn't want a blank canvas there. You want it to look at least like it's got some treads on it. I've done his as well. Any bottoms of the boots you can see I've done apart from his. And I have no idea why I didn't do his. And I'm like thinking, oh shit, why didn't I do his? But anyway, I didn't do his, but it doesn't matter. I made some green stuff grenades as well. They came out quite good. I was quite impressed with them. They're massive, like. But he's got stick bombs in his hands. Now these are like green paratroopers. Sorry, orc green skinned paratroopers. British paratroopers. They've got the berries on, the red berries. But obviously, red makes you go faster. That's why they're wearing red berries. So I wanted them to look a bit sort of British Army type looking, and that's why I did these grenades. There's a few of these grenades dotted around all over the place, and I think the grenades came out pretty well. I got a bit of garden wire, put a blob of green stuff on top of them, and then I started sculpting them, and that's how they turned out. So this is the other side. I'll show you the back bit there. So that's what controls that. There's like a piston type thing there. Again, change the arms, cut the wrist off there, stuck the hand back on, changed it round. Didn't really change much on the orc. His legs, I just found a position that I liked him in, and then I went with it and stuck him on there. He's like a door gunner. I didn't do one on that side, so he's like my door gunner there. Look, and he's sat ready to go. There's a crate there with some stick grenades in. There's some more grenades. The grenades are massive. Did a bit of detail work there. There's a spare gun there with a bracket, and it's sat on there. Again, berries turned out really well. Really did turn out really well. Love the berries, just set it all off. They just look so cool. The orcs just sat there on here. He's got a grenade in his hand. That turned out pretty well. I extended the rotor blades as well, if you can tell. So a normal Deathcopter rotor blade come to about there. So all I did was carefully filed the end down and then cut the rotor blades off and stuck them on the end. So it gives it that extra bit of length, as you can see there. I changed his leg. You can't really see, but I can't really see on this video. But again, all I did was cut it at the hip, twisted the leg up, glued it back down, and then I sat his ass on the bench because there's a bench either side, and he turned out really, really well. There were certain points where the feet weren't touching the ground, so all I did there was stuck one. His foot, he's got his foot on a mine, resting his foot on a mine. So I thought that was quite funny. Yeah. Where of all the places to rest your foot is right on a mine, so I thought that was quite funny. And again, I've done the same effect. Again, you can just see the join. Look, you can just see the join where I've cut it. See, my modelling skills aren't that good, but yeah, you can just see the join. So again, I think this arm was throwing stick bombs, so I cut the hand off. I had to stick bombs in, and I just glued a different hand on that holds the shooter, and it works really well. But it's not an exact copy. I could have green stuffed that out if I'm honest, but I never noticed it until just now. So yeah, a couple more grenades there. They turned out really well. And then underneath, I'm not going to show you too much underneath because I didn't really go to town on the underneath. But some massive bombs, two big shooters, and that's it really. That's the underneath, and that's it. That's the chinork. and I and I absolutely love this model. It's a very simple model, but adding all the little details that I've done has made it into something really special. And hopefully, if you ever get a chance to see this up close and personal, guys, you'll see how good these orcs really do look on this model. Yeah, so much fun making this. I've made this 3 times now, but obviously this how I've done the orcs here is the third time lucky, and I've done it really well. I could have. There's only 8 orcs hanging on, and I could have done maybe 1 more orc, so you'd have had a 10-man squad. I think orcs run around in 10 men, don't they? So anyway, right guys, that's it for this video. That's my chinork. I hope you like it. Please leave comments, please share. If you've got any criticisms, let me know. Be careful, because I'm a big baby when it comes to criticism. And that's about it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you later.